Welcome everyone, thank you for joining me. Today we are talking about foundations to beat the heat. Now before we do, I do want to share with you, I don't experiment with a ton of foundations. There's a certain type I like and I pretty much stick with that. I have very oily skin and I have all the skincare videos out there. I have my skincare journey, I have my skincare products, all of that will be linked below in the description box. But I like more of a full coverage, more of a long wearing, and more of probably a matte finish foundation, but I have tried a ton in that category, like everything. There's some great drugstore ones out there and I will link those. I'm not going to talk about those ones today only because I haven't been using them, so I don't have them here to show you, but I definitely have some that I have resourced throughout the years and have really done me well, especially with the summer heat. We're going to talk about 4 today that are my favorites. I really vary them. A lot of it is according to the color that I am. I do self-tanning, so really the foundations that I currently have are all a little bit different in color, and it really just depends on what my level of tan is, my color, in which one I choose. But I do love them all, but I will also share some thoughts and details so that if you are interested in picking up any of these, you will have a little better understanding of at least what I have found for me. So let's dive into the 4 foundations that beat the summer heat. The first one is the newest in my arsenal, and I would say this one has the least full coverage of all of them. It's still going to be very full coverage. It's very buildable, but out of all of the ones that I have, this would be the least as far as that real full coverage. It is the Smashbox Studio Skin 15-Hour Wear Hydrating Foundation. Now, I have oily skin, so I know you would think hydrating, that's 2 different things. This is oil-free. All of the foundations that I share with you today are going to be oil-free. Really love this. This is the color that I have here, which is 2.15. This is my perfect skin color when I'm not tanning. So this is a great one for fall and winter. I love this color. You couldn't get a more perfect match than this for my skin. This foundation retails for $36. It is considered medium to full coverage. I would agree with that. And again, it's buildable. Let's take a look at the website description of this foundation. Studio Skin evens skin tone and never settles into pores or lines. Find your perfect match among 40 shades that won't oxidize in a broad range of undertones. It's the great formula now proven to last 24 hours. Now, I don't know that I would ever wear a foundation 24 hours. I don't want to be up that long, but anyway, 24 hours, that's what you get. Studio Skin. The next one, and I would say this would be the next level of full coverage. This is the Tarte Amazonian Clay Full Coverage Foundation Broad Spectrum 15. I wear medium beige. That's another great color. It's a little bit darker than the color that I was wearing in the Studio Skin, but definitely a perfect shade for me. Again, oil-free matte finish. The price is $39 for this foundation. It lasts without creasing and settling into fine lines, and it also helps to balance your complexion. This one has been on repeat. The Studio Skin, that was my first time purchasing it, and I would again. The Tarte Amazonian Clay, I've repurchased over and over. This is also one of my daughter's favorite. My daughter that lives in New York, this is the one that she always repurchases, and she wears the medium beige as well. This one I am wearing today because it's my perfect color for self-tan, and this is just so many years of love. So many of you love this foundation. I think it is like the gold spectrum of foundations. It has to be like the #1 sold. Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup. I wear it in the shade Wheat, which is a neutral color. I would say I'm more neutral. I'm not a warm tone girl. I have more cool undertone, but my skin tone leans more neutral, so wheat is a perfect color for me. Such a great product. This is going to stay in place, as it says, all day long. This is beautiful in film, photographs. It definitely is more full coverage than the other two. It's a foundation that has never done me wrong. I will always repurchase Estee Lauder Double Wear. I just always will. The website says matte finish and feels lightweight. It is a 24-hour wear as well. Medium to full coverage. I would say it's more full coverage than medium coverage. Waterproof and transfer resistant. One of the things I love about this, it comes in 55 shades last I checked. So there is a shade for everyone. I could probably just get this for year round and get several different shades. That's really probably what I could do. That is how much I love this foundation. The last foundation that I want to talk about is the Urban Decay All Nighter. This is the fullest coverage of all of them. I do think you have to be a little bit careful, but if you are going to be photographed or film, maybe it's your wedding day, your bridal shower, something that you really need that full coverage, Urban Decay will get the job done. I have a couple different shades. I can't say either of these shades were perfect for me, so I definitely have to mix to get the right consistency. This isn't Urban Decay's problem. This was Tracy's problem. I just didn't test the foundations out perfectly. I talked recently in my makeup tutorial. I give a tip in that video of how to properly figure out what the best shade for you to select when you are shopping for foundation. The Urban Decay All Nighter comes in 24 shades, so the selection isn't as great as some of the other ones. It definitely is full coverage and completely matte, so bear that in mind. If you're not someone who does contouring and highlighting, this could be a little flat on you, so pay attention to that. It is also claimed to diffuse light, which helps blur out the complexion. I would say yes. Again, this is going to get the job done if you need to really have that staying power, but it is something that isn't for an amateur, I guess is the best way to put it. But if you know what you're doing with makeup, definitely I would have this in your arsenal, and it's going to beat the heat. All of these are going to beat the heat because they all have that tremendous staying power that we so need this time of the year. Make sure you have your blotting linens, but really, if you are applying your foundation properly, like I showed in my makeup tutorial a couple days ago, I talk about there's no touch-up. It lasts all day. Just follow the techniques and steps in there and you'll be fine. So there you have it, ladies. Foundation to beat the summer heat, get the job done, and make you look young, youthful, and very attractive. All right, hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next week with a bunch of hair stuff. We've got some hair product on Monday, and guess where we're going on Wednesday? You'll have to come back and find out because we're going somewhere. All right, see you next week. Take care. Also, don't forget, makeup tutorial, check it out. You can get to it up here, get to it in the drop-down box. Lots of videos to do with makeup. All linked below. Check them out.